When I'm doing a miscellaneous podcast, I love Nitro Energy Drink.
You're not done when you're tired. You're done when you're fucking finished.
To order, call 314-485-9294.
Yes. Me again.
So, I don't know. Think that's enough? Think we covered everything?
Fuck no. It's only been 30 minutes.
Well,
on to the next subject.
Jeez. How long do you think this show should be?
Until we're fucking done.
I want to go smoke.
You're not done when you're tired. You're done when you're fucking finished.
Yeah.
Okay, so hit the pause button. We're going to smoke cigarettes and regroup.
Timmy, where's Lassie?
She's out in the orchard, Ma. Peaches are coming in mighty early this year.
Smoke.
You know what they say, Timmy. Early peaches, long summer.
Smoke.
What's that, Lassie?
Are you smoking yet?
Have you ever sat and thought where you are now? How did you get there? Have you ever worked backwards from where you are now? Can you tie it to like one person or one specific event that led you to where you are today?
No. Many
You
people.
can't. So, well, I mean, what got you? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that life for me is not like a light switch. It's a journey.
No, I agree.
So.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And it's, if you just look at where you are now, why do you do what, I'm sorry, how did you get the opportunity to do what you're doing now?
You mean with podcasting?
Yeah. How did you create that opportunity? Or did someone inspire you to do it?
Yeah, it was inspiration from many other podcasters and a monkey fist. And I've told this story before. So I don't know if you remember.
Well, and it came back to me because where I am now, and I've kind of learned this over like the last 6 months, losing a job, you got a pandemic, things are just fucking batshit crazy. I got my first paycheck in 6 months yesterday.
What is that
You know what
like?
I'm saying?
That's an amazing feeling, isn't it? It's depressing and good all at the same time.
Yeah. But what I realized is, because, anyone who would have been in my position would have freaked out immediately. I got to get a job. I got to get this. You start just settling for anything. But I actually learned. But I mean, I said, how did I get to where I know you? Because of one person I met when I was 15 years old. I know, I took the career path I did because of this guy when I was 15 years old. I met my wife because of this guy when I was 15 years old. So I was able to kind of work backwards to...
So you backwards to the genesis of like the first person who inspired you to go on this adventure?
Not inspired you, but... we all run into people. We meet certain people, and they don't necessarily create opportunities, but things just happen when you're with them. Not bad things, not good things. They're just things. It's life that just happens, but it opened up all these doors to put you where you are today.
Mm-hmm.
So so I met him in 8th grade. So we became friends all through high school. We played hockey together. We both got our first job together. We worked for the Cardinals since my mom was working there. So I spent the whole summer with him. I say 90% of my fun stories are with this guy. We left the Cardinals and got me a job as a cook at Boston Market. That's where I met my wife. And I fell in love as soon as I saw her. Well, he also introduced me to people who got me hired on in gaming, which is what I did for 18 years. And the thing is, I got this guy's name tattooed on my arm.
Okay. Yeah.
He died in 97.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It just, when you work backwards like that, someone who's in your life or some situation or part of your life that it didn't make you, it didn't break you, it didn't teach you a lesson. they connected you to all these other people that led to where you're at now. Much better than where I would have ended up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta kind of get what I'm saying. I mean, if you just work backwards, I met my wife. I ended up having a beautiful daughter because I met this woman that my friend introduced me to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He introduced me to the people that got me into the gaming industry. I did it for 18 years. Mm-hmm. Just because I met this guy. So
that's really cool. I think mine would be Josh, and I still say there's a lot of people to get me to where I'm at and the different experiences I've had. Josh is a big one. My brother's a big one. So no, I get it.
Yeah, and I don't mean, because I know you love Josh, you love your brother, which is why they've helped you. They don't inspire you to do anything. They just create, opportunity for you or help you along when you don't know, what path you're going to take, or, you got this successful podcast going on. It's like, how did you get here?
Yeah, but I mean, you would be one of those influencers too, because you helped me get through my first giveaway and all through
exactly
that stuff and show ideas and everything. So I think I've been blessed to have a lot of people be a part of my life to help me direct myself to where I need to go. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just had a deep thought about it. It's just so interesting that, one person influences another and another and another and another. And then here we are.
Yeah. It's like a little bit creepy, but it's kind of like No Country for Old Men when he did the quarter thing. And he was talking about how this quarter, how it got to this point.
Yeah, it traveled all this way for that moment. So, I don't know.
I wasn't trying to be like, yeah, I like that stuff.
Yeah, just, and people say everything is timing. Everything is timing. It's going to work or it doesn't. I mean, either you're going to take the chance or you don't. It's going to work out or it doesn't. You can't say, oh, everything happens for a reason. No, things happen because of something. What happens after that is completely up to that person or whatever. Mm-hmm. So,
there's a lot of factors of me being who I am and stuff like that from many of the stories I've talked about. But, like I said, one example, one of them was Josh. Josh and me have known each other since 96, 97, somewhere around there. And, I mean, we've been inseparable for most of that time until he moved. And, everything I did, I learned how to be more competitive because of him. I learned how to be more self-efficient, that kind of thing. Not like it's in a weird, like a beard way, but it's just, you have your friends to help that support for these things to make them better. So. Right. And he was the first friend ever to really push me. And it was all from Super Smash Brothers.
Well, and for you, or Josh, for you is kind of like your, obviously you guys are like brothers. Mm-hmm. I could tell that, I'm sorry, this is my guess, is that you were probably a lot more shy than you are now. Didn't really know how to handle people who were, smarting off you or teasing you or whatever, because Josh is fucking vicious.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he could kind of steer you in the direction, give you the courage, like, fuck him.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm not saying like the yin and yang. So when you say shy, I wasn't very shy at all, but I was very reluctant to do a lot of things. But
so you weren't as not persistent, but assertive.
Well, that's a bad word too. It's just there was a lot of things that I just didn't think about to care about, to have ambition for, that kind of thing. I don't know. And you have your friend around, and like when we lived together, it was really weird because, like, for example, I guess there was an example. I had this crappy cell phone and this crappy cell phone plan, and he had free nights and weekends. It tells you how old this is. And I was just like, fuck, I want that instead. And like, I never would have thought about that or anything or done those things, before that.
Well, and he's taught you a lot, right?
Well, yeah, definitely. There's just a lot of things. Yeah, but I mean, he's always been that not a rock, but he's always been that right hand person, always there to,
He's been constant,
Yeah,
constant.
because he's the guy who like encourages me even when I have the stupid things going on. He's the guy who's always been that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard to explain. That's why I say many people. I mean, I wouldn't have got out of my depression if it wasn't for him and his brother beating the crap out of me. And that's literal,
Well, was it because you were down on yourself, or?
Yeah, I got out of my first big relationship. I was engaged. It didn't go over well. It was a bad situation from the get-go, but I wasn't really, just put up with it or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. And then I just slept on a couch. I mean, I just didn't do anything. All I did was eat pasta and sit and watch Friends. That's all I did. Yeah. And
that's a devastating thing to deal with. Well, a breakup alone, let alone an engagement. How long were you engaged?
About a year we were engaged for, and we bought houses. We bought 2 houses. And I was in debt. I had 2 car payments, 2 house payments, and just it didn't work out. And
where's she at now?
She's married to one of my friends, and she has kids.
How's that working out for her?
Fine. She's pretty successful. She's happy. I'm happy. That's all good. But the thing is, I was really heartbroken over it and really distraught over it because I have all this debt. I have this house I'm still working on, and I'm also in business doing this stuff. And I just, Brian and Josh really helped me through these times. And then finally Josh just goes, we're going to go out. We need to go out to get your mind off things. I'm tired of you moping around. And I was like, no, I don't want to go anywhere. And he brings his brother over and he brings his brother over. Yeah, pretty much exactly it. He goes, we're going to
get out of your moo-moo, Paul. Get out of the moo-moo. We're going outside.
I mean, I can't imagine the smell from the living room because I just slept. And then everything was, I'd get up and just sit in the couch and then go back to bed again. I didn't take showers. It was bad. And so that's the story I've been telling you. And I think you heard the one where I had to shoot his brother in the foot to get him away from me because I was really scared for my life.
I no. Was I high? Maybe.
So he brings his brother over.
Here's the thing about you. You have done some gangster shit. Gangster shit.
So have you.
I've never been to prison. I've never shot anybody. That right there.
Just those 2 things right there.
I've never done heroin. Dude, you're legit. You're legit gangster.
Well, I don't know about
but
that.
In all honesty, you are the sweetest guy because people love you. I can't tell you how many times, if I run it, do you know Paul? Do you know Paul? I'm like, yeah. Oh, I love him. I'm like, yeah, everybody loves Paul. Welcome to the fucking club.
Well, thank you.
Everybody knows Paul.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because just us as a group of guys, it's so funny to see a dynamic that people wish that they were on the inside of. You know what I'm saying? We're just an interesting group of guys. We can talk almost about anything. Whether it gets aired or not is another thing. But
come on.
But we can, and
out of the 250 some odd episodes, seriously?
Right. No. But that was a joke. But some of my friends and people that I know who listen to the show will sit and just, how much do you guys edit? How much? And I'm like, to be honest, that's how we talk just on the phone. We'll call and we'll have deep ass conversations on the phone.
Yeah.
And it's not scripted. We're literally just talking about this because I was high and was in deep thought with Jack Handy. But no, we just have such an interesting dynamic. And then when I talk to people who listen to the show, they just can't believe that people can actually just sit down and talk. I know it happens, but I think we have so much fun doing it that I think it's a really unique thing. I mean, you might listen to other podcasts of people talking and chit chat. They're just having normal conversations, but we just can go up and down the spectrum without being in front of a microphone.
It's funny that you bring that up because I was thinking about that outside while I was talking to my work stuff, and one of the things I was curious about is like, do I really need to keep trying to edit things? What if because the only thing I ever worry about is this, if we touch on something that I feel that is not going to be appropriate for the airways, but we very rarely do that. Why don't I just slice the fuck out of something just for commercial breaks and just be done with it? Because like we joke around it, but you make a good point about how much is, on cutting room floor and how much I think, well, they should only listen to this and they should only listen to that because that's what we're talking about for the bulk. But what if we just did that? What if we just went straight to just doing this and just whatever it is? It's kind of a great, interesting idea for myself. Just mostly because we can pump out more shows that way.
And okay, so let's take this a step further. So, yes, this is fun. This is, we like entertaining people. We entertain ourselves, even if there was 500 listeners. But the reality is, it is actually successful.
Ish.
Yes,
it's not
fun.
Very successful yet, but we're getting there. Thanks, Al.
and I'm not fucking finished, tough guy. No. No. So when do we, as a team, because you've got to, if you're going to do something, take it seriously, you're going to have to practice. You're going to have to practice filling in that dead air. So then we can just do live all the time. You know what I mean? Just little details. You have to actually, yes, the content has to be there, but there's a certain way it has to be done so it's professional, efficient, effective. Because you can sit and talk, but the way you're talking about something, if the listener is not getting it, computing it, whatever, you haven't done your job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and when you're talking about the thing, even from the very beginning, was I wanted the dynamic, and I've said this many times before, to be like what we are when we talk as friends. That's exactly, and I feel that that's what we're pouring out. One of the things that was funny when earlier on we had we had questions from the listeners, and the first one they said, "How much laughing do you need to edit out?" I'm like, "A lot." And it was cool to say
funny?
that. Yeah, that's cool. Very cool to think that. Yeah. So, but
we don't really need a laugh track. I guess we're always fucking cracking each other.
But we will when we do that episode, though, dude. We are so doing that. I've already started writing the script for that. So
that is so funny. That is so funny. But I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily want to talk shop, but just in the interest of what happens now, because I mean, we're all gonna start going back to work. We're gonna have to resume our lives and everything like that. And what do we do to, like I told you the other day, Joe Rogan signed that huge contract and put a very large value on a podcaster. Mm-hmm. Is it possible to take this further, get better, take it further, take it a lot more seriously? I'm not saying fucking Nazi Germany serious, but to put enough work into the actual craft and the art of putting it together to possibly go that far. Because to be honest, I do this because it's fun. I love talking to my buddies, and it's hearing stories, playing games, fucking around. But then how far are we gonna be willing to take it? Because honestly, doing this, I would regret not doing this and just having fun. And I think it would also regret at least not trying to take this further.
Yes. Okay. So let me address this. All right.
Mhm.
I've tailored this show to many different other podcasts. You know, every artist is a cannibal and every poet is a thief. But the reality of it is everybody is inspired by everyone else. So you want to take a little bit of that to homage them. And I have many, many sources to come from. When you say take it further than what it is, for me, it's not, I don't know what you're thinking. For me is, I've successfully made many audio stories. I've successfully made many fun games to play, and we're going to do those. We're going to keep doing those. And
I get no. I'm not. I'm sorry. I didn't say changing.
Let me finish. Well, let me finish.
Okay.
To add with that is, for me, it's like I want to purchase that $800 mixing board and new microphone system and everything I want to do so I sound better, so that we can have call-in listeners and we can like build the show up bigger that way. But I believe, and this is something I've been working on, was for me to feel comfortable talking, because in the beginning I scripted everything down to the laughing and everything. Like I made it completely artificial.
That was a topic of conversation at work the other day about you and your script.
But what do you mean? Like
you and your script, and just how much you've changed.
Yeah.
And just how much better you are.
Thank you.
Trust me, you're impressive. People who've listened to you, just like, he's amazing. You keep it going. You keep it interesting. And I'm like, well, he's also editing, writing, coming up with the rest of the fucking content. And he's on time. Plus, he has to deal with us fucking people. And then when we bitch about, when's the show going up? And he's got, things to tend to, family.
Yeah.
And you pound it out. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, but I mean, you would do the same thing too. Everybody would do the same thing too if you were doing these things. And it's my responsibility to do that. But it took me 3 years to get that way too. Because, dude, trust me, Frasley and I have been talking intensely when it comes to editing, being editors, being, content creators, everything, because we can bounce those things off. And that's why I'm really glad with who we have now. I mean, phenomenally, I can remember, dude, how many times have I came to you and just talked about show ideas and stuff like that for hours on end, and like my things I didn't like about this, or my struggles with this or that. So it's really good to have that support. And like Josh, for example, whenever there's dead air, he just jump in and start doing it. And you guys do the same thing too, and it's just a great core group, and I'm scared if you guys ever have to go away. So, all I want now is just better microphones for, BDism and Lavender and stuff like that. So, Travis needs a better mic, so, but... That's why I always wanted, the idea for me was always to buy a studio, like a strip mall. I don't know if we talked about this or not. And turning it into...
We did.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Turning it into an audio studio. That would be amazing. And then we just showed up and everything's all ready to go. We'll have some like interns and bazoo baguabo, but that's way
or if you had a large enough basement that you could soundproof, get everything set up with a mixing board. And, there are ways to do it, but... I don't know. I just think this whole thing that we do, and you especially taking the lead and taking responsibility for everything, you're doing pretty good. You're doing better than I would have expected, especially since you just now have a core group after 3 years.
Well,
because when I listen to the past episodes, it's you got so-and-so for couple episodes, and Drak was there for a few 6 months, and then I think this is the longest consistency you've had.
Yeah, this is exactly right. Sorry, I'm texting Lavender. He's going to bed. He's sleepy. He was playing basketball all day in the heat, so
next to one of those biochemical dumps full of COVID needles.
Probably.
It's fine. No, but I just think we have a very interesting dynamic, and I think I don't know what steps to take to get there. I mean, it's obviously not going to be given
No,
You know what I'm saying?
it's going to take a while. We have to build up. Like, we're not celebrities, so we got.
No.
Yeah, we have to get the fan base built up, which is amazing. Our fan base right now. Thank you, all you listeners, for enjoying this stuff. And it's seeing the fan base build up, seeing the, like you said, the core group. And this is what I mean. I experiment with everything. I'm always trying something new all the damn time, just because I have this theory of throwing it to the wall to see if it sticks. And if it works, let's do it. If not, yeah. And then, it's just, we're having fun. This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And if it's not fun, that's a problem.